This Morphin Network.
This is Awesome St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now! Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Sentai Hero Special. I am your host, Red Star, and we are going to review today's episode. We're going to review episode 22 of Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, and the title of the episode will be called "The Bullfighting Brouhaha Moo-Down." So this is going to be a fun episode because there's no doubt there's going to be some kaiju and there's going to be new things that are happening at the end of this episode. So without further ado, I am just wanted to let you all know that this is the coolest vest I've ever owned, and it's Kaito's vest. Just look at this. Oh man, I got the logo, I got the pink pocket, the yellow cover on the pocket, and whoa, this is just absolutely gorgeous, no doubt. And to finish it off, I am with my Gear to Linger, so I'm Kaito. Woo! It is so fun. But let's see if I can morph right now. Let's have fun. Hua! Change Zenkai. Ha! Woo! Kimitsu power! Zenkaiger! All right. Well, while we're waiting for my partner Quasar Red to join us, let's start with an opening comment, shall we? Okay. Well, I just got my Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 on Blu-ray just recently. I'm going to watch the whole thing this later today. And pretty much a lot of movies are coming out also. And this by the end of this week, this new movie called Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, it's like your typical fun video game movie if you're into like Fortnite or into like these kind of video games where you go out like almost like Warzone or any other video games that are playing out there right now. So if you're a huge gamer fan, go check out Free Guy because I love playing games, so I might as well go check out that film. All right. Well, let's see. And but let's see. Without further ado, let's get started on today's episode. So today's episode, we call it So today's title of the episode is called "The Bullfighting Brouhaha Moo-Down." So what does the bullfighting mean, anyways? So let's get down to the details. So when we start off the episode, we start off where all of our we start off in the opening scene where the wait yeah, in the beginning of the scene we see we're in the dojo where all the karate members are learning how to fight, right? So,
Hi.
hello.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just getting started on like the beginning of the episode where the opening scene start off with a karate dojo.
Right. I was.
Hua! Hua!
Yes, and then they're all turned into the running with the bulls.
Yep, the running bull. Are you sure that's not a reference to like Scary Movie 2 when she's learning the ways of the bull? Moo!
Probably.
Oh man, that will be the weirdest fighting style ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Ram.
promoting Scary Movie 2. Jeez.
Yes. Ram everything with your head, pretty much.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway, keep going. This guy had this one thing, and then
Yeah.
I'll join in.
Well, as the participants or the fighters are practicing their karate in the dojo, this mysterious monster pops out of nowhere, and just look at this monster. So he's called the bullfighting world. No idea why he's called bullfighting, because bullfighting, well, it exists in few countries, but your average cattle, a bull, and what it looks like is this bull world's power is to like shoot ray, this special ray beam towards you, and when you're hit, you'll turn into a bull. Like those
Mm-hmm.
mean bulls with a horn and a reddish eye makeup, kind of look like you have pink eye or you didn't have enough sleep, and
Like us right now.
yeah, and the so the ability that bullfighting world gives is once you're one of his like his bull herd, he will he will he will command like what kind of color will attract the bull, because bullfighting, like, they're attracted to the color red for some
Mhm.
odd reasons. Do you know?
Actually, I'm never sure why it was just red. Maybe like they were trained to or something. But what I'm surprised is this episode didn't make a bull in the china shop joke.
Ah.
My teacher used to always make that joke. Anyway, so yes, the bull riding world is terrorizing people all over the city, and like the Zenkaigers, they show up and like morph and and like get to work. But of course, Juren being red, he's instantly attacked by a crowd of angry people, and then the monster reveals that he can actually manipulate the spell to attack whatever color he commands. So he can also have them attack Kaito when he manages to outsmart him, with his managed to outsmart the people, and then he makes a then he can also have them attack Vroom, and so the situation's made a little bit more challenging. Unaware to anyone though, Stacy is off watching, wondering, like being all Bosco-ish, like watching them fight, and like he makes a vow that he's going to defeat Kaito this time. And then we get to the credits, and then like we see the team try and summon, Zenkai gear, but it doesn't come. And like suddenly everyone's and like Gown is just like, uh-oh. And then he's like, wait, what did you do this time? And then before anyone could figure it out, bull riding world actually blows, because bulls have that thing with their noses, and he like literally hurdles everyone, away, which kind of ended up backfiring on him a little bit. And so it kind of ended up backfiring on him a little bit. And And the team regroups, and Gown reveals what happened. So,
Wait, Gown reveals what happened. So he revealed that he was busy cooking dishes, but the Zenkaiger gear was being rude and being irrational when he was working behind the kitchen by eating his dishes. So with Zenkaiger gear being reckless, he kind of sort he well not kind of sort of, but he actually like kicked him out of his kitchen, trying to get him out of the candy cafe, which will like let Zenkai Jagir like go off on his own.
mhm.
So that's the reason why Kaito could not summon him or for any other reason. But while they're blown away by Bull World with that huge hurricane wind blow,
Mhm.
they ended up in this grass field, and we also reveal the real reason why Gaon is like still till up to this episode. Like, why is he still against, or he just still discriminate like Kikainoids?
Mhm. So it finally gets brought out, which is nice after several episodes of him being kind of annoying about it. And Gown, kind of realizes um he kind of realizes, this is all his fault, so he, heads off to try and find it. And so the other Zenkaigers, they split up, try and look for it too, and Kaito heads back to the candy cafe where who should be there but Stacy, looking surprisingly pleasant for the first time in a while, or first time ever probably.
That
And
Sunday
so,
looks so good. I just want to enjoy that Sunday.
hmm anyway, so we cut to Juren, or he bumps into the pirate siblings, and they're teasing him, by the way, about color and stuff, and it's revealed that they couldn't summon Zenkai gear, and Flint reveals that it doesn't have like this a specific AI that can make it just go off and leave. It's just it can like go off and wander around, but it's still doesn't really have that much intelligence to where it would just leave altogether. And so Gown's starting to feel bad that Juren's starting to feel bad that he chewed Gown out so bad. Um, and then and then we cut to Gown like watching some kids play and realizing how disc- discriminated he's been and feeling guilty about it. And like he even remembers, when he had cooked this nice meal for everyone and everyone was showing his appreciation. And so how terrible, he realizes kind of how terrible and underappreciated and how unappreciated he's been to everyone. And then we cut to Stacy and talking to Grandma, and she's telling him the story about her son and his wife and how they went missing and how her and Kaito still have hope for him. And and then suddenly they get a call from an attack, going on in the city. Bull Rider World's back, and Kaito runs off to um, um, fight. Kaito runs off to um, join the fight, and so does um, Zox and Jurin, and Stacy also. And like Stacy, when he gets ready to leave, Grandma tells him that he can come by anytime or come by again soon. But then he says that this might be his last time he could. But she gives him this little pamphlet that says, like it's a free pass to the ice cream factory.
No,
And
it's kind of like a cafe voucher. Like if you purchase something at a store, you get a stamp, and like you said, like you can come back anytime. And he said it was my last time to be there. Okay, this is a very important scene.
Mhm,
So this shows that Stacy, like, even though he thinks that Yachan could possibly be his biological mother, he he still wants to defeat or destroy Kaito because, and now he thinks that his so-called mom is kind of like being Kaito. Remember in the beginning that Stacy didn't like Kaito because he keeps putting fake fake belief that his parents would not give up on him, that they'll find their way to get back to Kaito. But Stacy is like, unlike my parents, they never give up. They gave up on finding me. Like when I was born, I don't have a mom or dad. They just not there. They're not there for me. So how come you have the perfect life and I don't? So now I am trying. I want to destroy your illusion. And he thinks that his mother is Yachan, or Kaito's grandmother. When she said, "Oh, they're not gonna give up, and we're not gonna give up as well to look for Kaito's parents." So maybe Stacy is trying to get some insight, or maybe he's slowly trying to believe that maybe his biological mom never gave up on him, but seems like he still doesn't remember having a kid.
Right. Now, when we cut back to the chaos going on in the plaza, we get like a Bull Rider World. He now has this group attack anything that has the color pink on it, and what a coinky dink! Majin is suddenly missing her giant, giant
her staff.
Yeah, her staff. She's missing her very bulky staff that normally can help her in situations like this. So, but anyway, Flint and Zoc show up, and they try and they try and calm the crowd down and try and figure out how to stop the monster before Flint does Zoc does anything dangerous. But then suddenly Juren, Majin, and Vroom are made his next victims. And by the way, I actually really like the mean look that they gave these three's eyes. I don't know why, it just looks kind of cool. Anyway,
Vroom, Majin, Moo-Down, Vroom.
Now, they use the gear of the Ginga Man, aka Black Knight Bull Black. And do you want to explain what happens in this scene?
Okay. So the special ranger from Gingaman, or what was the ranger called?
Magna Defender.
Magna Defender. Well, he made a special appearance in this episode, and Two Kaiser activated his ability, and we thought that his ability would be like toughness, endurance, maybe swordsmanship,
axe wielding.
Yeah, axe wielding or something. But what is the ability? Let's go to the next photo. It turns out it is to tame bulls.
Kind of like when sorry, what?
What the heck? What kind of power and ability is this?
It's kind of like when Big One was able to tame Stacy's copies of Jaka. But anyway.
Oh, the Jak. Yeah. But taming and controlling the bulls when they're on a unspeakable rage. This is a very funny episode. Like, yes, I activate the Magnet Defender, and I'm ready. I'm here to calm the bull. Hey, I'm right here. You guys are my friends, my herd.
And then, however, Bull Rider World, manages to break that control, and the attack goes. Continues, and Juren, seeing all the chaos, he, volunteers to basically have, himself be like the target, even though Bull World had a chance to, basically make him a wild card too. But basically, Juren, he's realizing again all the chaos that's happened, and so he oh, hold on. He's this chaos is happening, so he's trying to be the sacrifice. Sorry, hold on.
You mean Gown?
Yeah, Gown. Sorry, kept having these pop-ups, and so he agrees to basically be trampled by all the bull people, and for Flint and or not Flint, Zox and Kaito, to take the monster out, and they're hitting him so bad that it actually causes some sparks and some short circuiting.
Circuit damage.
Anyway, so the two, summon their power up modes. And by the way, one other thing, so like I said last week, if we never get Zenkaiger as a Power Ranger series, I at least hope someday we can see this armor, Kaito's armor, be used because it's freaking sweet. But anyway, you want to say what happens next?
Okay, so what happens next is so Zenkaiser and Two Kaiser, they activated their battleizers, and when they use their battleizers to defeat Bull World with their final attack, which finally defeats the Bull World, and the Toji gear is now the world is now liberated from Bull World. I don't know why that sort of themed world exists. Can you imagine a world full of bulls just running around? Oh yeah, that's like the Pokemon Safari with all of the Tauros.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just a wild card world.
Mm-hmm. And after defeating bullfighting world, everybody, the Zenkaigers starting to finally, Jiren and Gaon are finally patched things up. The things that has been going on between them for the past 21 episodes, and it took 21 episodes for Jiren and Gaon to finally patch things up, because these two have been going at each other. Gaon is he keeps ignoring Jiren, he's disrespecting Jiren, he just giving him the silent treatment or the cold shoulder or that kind of bad treatment. But Jiren, he's oh, I'm so sick of you. Why do you keep ignoring me all this time? Why do you also focus on Kaito? Why do you always like him so much? What about us? Come on, man. You can't just like humans, all humans. Hey, the Kikai noids are awesome too.
Mm-hmm. And what's also nice is that back during back during the Red Ranger two-parter, where they all turned human briefly, Jiren made it clear that he says, I am not going to bond with any of you. I'm not going to become close with any of you. But clearly, they obviously have since he's spent lots of time with them. And so now he's finally, he's admitted he's been childish, and that he's now now
100% part of the team.
Yes. And also, by the way, can you take down the banner for a sec?
Oh, yeah, sure. What's up?
He totally did need that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everyone's wait, what?
Oh yeah, I want to mention this. So this is very interesting because I did not expect this. Okay, when the next scene where that Kikai noid, when that beast starts appearing to form into that giant Megazord fight, this is interesting. He did not step on the coin.
Yes.
Did you realize that?
Mm-hmm.
The coins just turned into smoke and just transferred all that evil energy smoke to transform that giant beast into the bullfight world, giant Zord.
Yes, and to think this whole time the Zenkaigers, like I said, their reflexes are still terrible because, the gear, falls, after they destroy the monster world, then the gear, lands in front of them. They clearly see it, and that no one ever thinks to quickly run up and grab it before, before the giant dragon robot shows up. But this time, it's actually the gear sending the energy. So I kind of wish something like that would happen, or at least, when they do blow up, the gear, is set hurtling into the air, and the team clearly doesn't see where it lands, and therefore sending the giant dragon, makes it, like easier for him to get it, and also doesn't make them look, less foolish and like the whole, oh, we'll just let this guy grow and cause more terror to the city. But anyway, yes.
So this is brand new. I think Ijuru just invented something new to make that Toji gear to transfer all into the beast to turn into like what it is right now, and that beast no longer needs to step on that Toji gear in order to get that upgrade.
Right. Hopefully they'll, like I said, also fix this up for the last half of the series as well. But also, so Bull Rider World, giant size, now is attacking the city, and like he turns everything into a huge barbecue, which I can only imagine. Yeah, I can imagine how hot that is. And so Flint, dang it, sorry, Zox and Kaito, they summon, their new mecha, Zenkai Ryo, and start, they try and attack the monster, and it's also really hot. And also, by the way, why do I get the feeling? Can you take the banner down for a second again? One more time. Why do I get the feeling this whole episode was made with this monster just so they could use this pun?
What the bull crap?
Anyway, they managed to beat the monster by forming this new mode, which kind of looks very similar to Guy's Drill Zord from Gokaiger. Although weirdly enough, by the way, as a side note, I always kind of thought that the drill mode looked a tad lazy. It just has a dinosaur head on it and the feet sticking out. But I think this definitely looks a little sleeker and a little cooler, which is neat. So, so they use that to destroy, Bull Rider World altogether, and then something else pops up. Also, by the way, I gotta love how when when Stay Caesar's new robot shows up, suddenly their Zord's just like, huh? Like this, like, huh?
What the heck?
So, do you want to tell who shows up and starts terrorizing?
Oh, well, well, Stay Caesar shows up and he just summoned. Wait, before that. Stay Caesar! Oh, Caesar Robo number 2 shows up!
Ooh.
He's back!
I was kind of bummed that the other one got defeated so quickly. Well, not really quickly. It's just, it just stops. Or like it wasn't around as long as it could have been. So it's cool that they brought another one back. And this one looks more high tech.
Yep. So Stay Caesar's Robo number 2 is in the battlefield. So number 1 was defeated early, like you said, and now we have number 2. Does this mean like we're gonna have a continuous set of Robos if Stay Caesar keeps being defeated with his Megazord?
Well, they did something like that with Ninja Storm, SPD, and Overdrive, so aka Hurricaneger, Deca Ranger, and Bokenger. So it's possible that we could see more Stacy robots get and like they come back with more upgrades. So the episode ends with the two duking at it, and like Kaito shown to be a little like worried about fighting him and all. And so what will happen? We'll have to wait till next week.
Yeah. And this will mean like the following episode, it will be the battle between like the new Stay Caesar's Robo number 2, and also what will he do when he fights the Zenkaigers as this time. So wait until next week's episode.
Tune in next week to find out. Also, It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. When Stacy was introduced, it was during another Gown Focus episode, and that was when he was still kind of uptight about everything, and now this is when Gown has learned his lesson a bit, and now they bring Stay Caesar back and all, which is a little funny, but anyway. So ratings and overall opinion.
Ratings. Man, I give this episode a high 8. Like, it was a fun episode. I love the bowl. I think it's hilarious. And, moo, moo, moo. I'm going to fight you, moo, moo. It is just such a fun episode. I just can't get enough of it. And seeing Stay Caesar having a new Megazord, that's awesome. And also Zenkaiger, the Megazord has a new form that is this giant lancer drill that can strike down, and that it was used to defeat the bull riding world. That is pretty new too. So now Zenkaiger has this huge arsenal of machine guns, cannons, lasers, this huge barrage he can unleash, and he can form into a drilling lancer that he can just strike down in the air. So 2 new moves from that.
So will it be enough to handle Stay Caesar's new robot? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right. What about you? How would you rate this episode?
This was actually a very solid episode. For a little bit of a, if anyone hasn't noticed, I've been kind of annoyed with some of the last few Zenkaiger episodes, but this one was actually pretty solid. And I do like that Gown's finally kind of, like you said, he's been childish, and now he's kind of finally gotten some sense, pretty much literally knocked into him. Like I said, I like what was going on with Stacy. I thought that was interesting, and it's cool that he's finally, getting back into the attack. The monster was kind of standard Zenkai goofiness, but overall, it was still an entertaining episode, and definitely probably one of the better ones we've had in. Well, for me personally, it was one of the better ones we've had in a few weeks now. So,
well, speaking of barbecue, now I'm in the mood for Korean barbecue. Oh man, I want some barbecue food.
Oh, I would love to try that stuff too.
Ooh, I'm in the mood. I'm hungry mood.
Well, now it's been quite a while since I've done this, but now we can finally bring back. But now, after a long wait, and sorry, I probably should have done this like when Zenkaiger started, we can finally do. Hold on.
What?
It's in here. I had the banner in here. We can finally do a Super Sentai look back.
The Super Sentai look back is finally back. Look at that, everybody. So, if all of you haven't heard, that Quasar Red is the man behind Super Sentai Look Back. So he will give us all the details of all the past Super Sentais that were before Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger.
So to start off with, we are going to be tackling Hiriki Sentai Maskman, which was this was the 9th Super Sentai series prior to 1995, and then when Go Ranger and Jacka were added into the mix, it became the 11th. So let's see. Let's pull up some pictures. So there's the logo, and then here. Hold on, sorry. The computer was acting weird. Okay, and so here is the cast. The team is comprised of Mask Red Takaruki, Mask Black Kenta, Mask Blue Ariki, Mask Yellow Haruka, who by the way is a ninja, which is why her power was teamed up with the Ninja Sentais in the final episode of Gokaiger. And the Pink Ranger is Momoko. They are the team in charge of beating the evil. They are the team in charge of beating the evil underground empire, and they channel aura power, to beat, which is their source of energy and how they defeat the bad guys. And also, their mentor is Commander Sageta. I think so. He runs and he is in charge of an organization called Light Squad. So Now, the enemies of this series, this was like the first time they were not aliens or extraterrestrials. They actually came from underground, and by the way, the underground theme is really heavy. Um,
Ooh.
like they really emphasize that these guys come from below because they are called the Underground Empire. They are Their plan is to take over the surface world and alter it so the atmosphere better suits them. Their main their main villain is Emperor Ziba. Ziba. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I could not find a very good picture of him, but he has definitely one of the most bulky costumes ever. Anyway,
Oh man, so much weight into that costume just by looking at that.
yeah, I get him at. I wonder if this is probably why Sentai villain costumes aren't as heavy as they used to be, because like I bet everyone got like back pain and health problems from these.
Oh, can I just say something? That costume, it kind of looks like Shredder just went to Swarovski's jewelry industry.
Oh yeah, it kind of does be like, I want to kill the turtles, but I want to look fabulous while doing it.
Yes, those emerald earrings and the shine more chrome and a new upgraded mask to match my wedding proposal.
Oh, and I need to get a wedding ring for Krang.
Great, yes.
Yeah.
Or Tatsu.
Now the generals, the lady in pink is their princess who betrayed the villains, and is also the former love interest of the Red Ranger. Now the second bad guy, her name is Ijma, I think. Now, interesting story about her is everyone thought she was a man before it was revealed to be that she was actually a woman. And yet, like, even though she clearly does look like a woman, and like she talks, has the build, and acts like one, and yet everyone was still surprised, when it turned out she was a woman. So next is Ingamus. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. He is in charge of exposition dumping, kind of like Goldar did in the first season of Mighty Morphin. Um, Barbara and Lebar are mother and son. That is the guy in black armor and the woman in yellow at the start of the bottom page. And funny enough, this is one of Machinka Soga's other Sentai roles. Let's see. Obia and Fuma, which are the middle two, they are both ninjas. And then the last one is Oika Lampa, who makes the monsters grow by opening his shell and making it rain on them. Oh, wait. Kisa. Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, wait. I guess that's not. Anyway. So the grunts of the series, they are called the Unglir soldiers. They look, like pretty standard Sentai back henchmen, just black suit with some type of freaking mask and the boots. And their castle is the underground, or their lair is the underground castle. So, like I said, really emphasizing the whole, they come from below and stuff. So now let's talk about the suits. And let me just say, these are easily some of the best pre-Zhu Ranger uniforms out there. I don't know why. I always really like the way these look. Like the visors look cool. The it's just the colors well focused on them. One of the reasons why I didn't mind that these suits were brought into Super Mega Force. Yes, and in the American show, this team was nicknamed Lightning Mode. So anyway, like I said, the suits look. I just really dig how these look, and also, and I think this was a concept that was going to be used in an earlier Sentai, but instead it was changed and was brought back for this one. The team is all designated by their color, but are called masks. Like red mask, pink mask, blue mask, yellow mask, black mask. Although funny enough, I don't really think they ever actually wear any mask in the show, which is funny. Anyway, Red Star. Red Star, what do you think of these?
Ah man, like just by looking at these costumes, it just shines it just outshines like any other like Sentai's well like before that. Like I loved like the colors that were like that was on the suit, like the white sleeves on them. Like it really does make the color of their own suits like shine, like bring out the color in the suits. And like I love the helmets. Like the helmet is just unbelievable, unbelievably like I don't know. Do you feel like a retro vibe to this?
Very much so, yeah. I've seen some reviewers say that the show is very much an '80s Sentai series.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it is. It does. And oh, the visors. It's just so clean, well made, and it kind of it's very like the visors are well. It's like it's like very properly well done, like almost like the Mirai Sentai Time Ranger. Like the Time
Hmm.
Ranger's visors are very are like is so wide that the people in the stuntmen or the stunt team in the suits, like they can have a good visual during the fights. So
Hmm.
it's really nice. I love the suit, no
Right.
doubt.
And yellow also looks very much like a ninja too, which is pretty neat as well. Now, something interesting about the series is that there's another hero called X1 Mask, and he is green, and his face design is a callback to Battle Fever, which, by the way, I believe that was um, like the suits were gonna originally, all be homages to Battle Fever, but then that was dropped. So despite him, despite he pretty much has elements of what a Six Ranger would later be known as, but he actually only appears on screen, like this costume's only used for like roughly a good only few minutes, but it still looks pretty cool. And I guess he's not really technically considered an official member because he doesn't come back for Gokaiger, and he doesn't have a Ranger key, or at least not one that I know of. But also his powers, like I think, were only temporary too. But this still looks pretty neat overall, and it's amazing how they put so much effort into something that only appeared on screen for a few minutes. Now, weapons and morphers. The masked man used the masking brace, which I believe is a device that pops open, kind of which was very much a thing at the time, and they all have like their own little guns called magma lasers. Now the team also has their own individual weapons that fits pretty well with the aura, um, like with the martial arts theme. Mask Red has a sword. Black has a rod, which unfolds and kind of acts like a nunchuck. Blue has tumfas. Yellow has a rotor, which is basically like a throwing star, and pink has a ribbon. Her
Huh.
her weapon is literally called Masky Ribbon. So now another cool thing about this series is that they actually have two group weapons. The first one is Shoot Bomber, which is something like the four of them would hold, and like the power box comes like a backpack for Mask Red. They would shoot the monster, but eventually this cannon got destroyed, which was actually kind of a rarity for Sentai at the time, and so they had to replace it with the jet cannon, which was one that they all held, and they all had to channel their energy into it. So both cannons look pretty sick, though. But it would be kind of interesting if they do this concept again for another series. Like a group weapon that we've gotten so familiar with suddenly gets destroyed, and then it causes them to either replace or have to improvise. Now, the team also has their own vehicles. Black, pink, yellow, and blue all get bikes, while red gets a mini go-kart, pretty much, which they all look pretty cool, even though it's kind of funny how they basically just put the sign Masked Man on it. Now, now, interesting to note, now we get to the Zords, and funny enough, the mate, like their carrier, is called Turbo Ranger. not to be confused with, Power Rangers Turbo or Turbo Ranger, the Sentai series that came out a few years later. That's just what this giant carrier thing is called. And so I believe this was the first Sentai series where each Ranger got their own individual vehicle.
Oh.
Reds get a fighter jet, a fighter. Black gets a drill. Blue gets a tank. Yellow gets another jet. And pink gets a gyro or, helicopter. Oh, yes, here it is. And they all combine to form Great Five. And this robot's pretty sick looking. It's like, I really dig this design. The color scheme looks great on it. What do you think?
I would say it's almost like the early stage of like what they will design for the Megazord for like Jew Ranger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh, it's like the first concept idea that will like upgrade it to like the Daijujin for Jew Ranger. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I really dig this Megazord, and well, don't get me wrong, the headpiece kind of reminds me of like a monkey, like it looked like a monkey, doesn't it? Like the monkey ears, the monkey head shave, and all that. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty cool like Megazord, and the way you said that all the masked men have their own Zords, really awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, this isn't where the mechas end as well. They also get another vehicle called Land Galaxy, which is a semi truck that turns into turns
Nope.
into a fighting.
Prime. He made
Well,
a new appearance.
yes. Anyway, Land Landmass kind of like ironically, Landmass kind of demotes five Great Five in the last half of the series because the team kind of switches to constantly using it, which is a bit of a shame. But it still kind of has a cool design. And what's also funny is like they needed to they did need to channel their aura power into it. And what's funny is when it's and like it has like when it channels an attack, it actually its hands actually make giant, meditative poses, which is kind of interesting and funny and cool at the same time. Now, lastly, before we wrap up, so this is one of the pre-Gokaiger teams, which meant the Gokaigers had access to it, and we also know that this is one of the teams that Bosco stole their great power from. So when the Gokaigers use the Masked Man powers, there is practically no change done to them. The colors and genders all match up with the original team. So it pretty much just when they appear in Gokaiger, it pretty much just looks like the Masked Man in modern day. So that's cool. So that's interesting, nice. So that was Hiriki Sentai Masked Man. So Red Star, what do you think?
I like the story that they're like the villains are from underground and they want to take over the surface. This sounds almost like Aquaman trying to take over the surface. but also what I from looking at the pictures of the villains, like I did see one villain was she was she turns out to be Rita Repulsa for in G Ranger. And
or Bandora.
oh yeah, Bandora, yeah. Okay, that actress, she's probably have done so many like villain roles for Super Sentai, and like till today, like her face is still like memorable in like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, even though her character was voiced dubbed by an English voice actor, but her face is just so recognizable in Mighty Morphin, and now we would like if we Super Sentai fans really appreciate the actors and actors that work behind Super Sentai, we will also see their past work. Yeah. So Masked Man, awesome. Love the theme, love the team, the costumes, the Megazords, the cast. So this brings out like if any of you Super Sentai fans have the time to check out all the Super Sentai like series, go check them out because there's so many Super Sentais I would love to catch up, but there's so many things I want to catch up what we have today.
Right. And also, we should petition for Shout Factory to make more Sentai seasons on DVD.
Yeah, isn't it the latest latest DVD they released was from Jetman?
Yeah, Jetman and Hurricaneger.
Yeah, Jetman and Hurricaneger were the latest. Were the latest, and today still the latest Super Sentai series that are released in DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, Go Kaijers is almost reached to its 10-year anniversary, and Shout Factory still hasn't made the Go Kaijers on Shout Factory
On
DVDs.
DVD, yeah. I mean, also, if you guys want us to cover the 10 years after special for Go Kaiger, let us know. Which, by the way, that's interesting. 10 years after special celebrates the anniversary of a particular series, and Go Kaiger is already an anniversary show. So it's like you're celebrating the anniversary of an anniversary.
Ah, すごい! Guys, it's a Go Kaiger!
Oh, did you do the morph because you had the jacket?
Oh, yeah, I did it earlier. So you want to do it again? Okay. Let me just get my coin. Ikuzo! Change Zenkai! Ha! Zenkaiger! The power! Zenkaiger!
So that does it for today. Are we planning on doing it again next Wednesday?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're planning on doing another. Yeah, we're gonna review the next series, next week's episode, and if Quates are red, it can do another Sentai look back. We're looking forward to it. What will be the next Sentai after Mask Man?
I need to check again. I believe it might be 5-man, or maybe might be 5-man or Change Man. Or wait, no, I already did Change
No,
Man.
I think. Oh, wait, let me check. It's Sentai 5-man. After 5-man, then it's
Mask Man.
Oh yeah, Mask Man. It's Live Man.
Live Man. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. Live Man was a bit. I've seen a little bit of Live Man, and it's a pretty interesting series. So we'll see. Maybe I can pull out something for next week.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in today's episode, and we will keep you guys updated for our announcement for next week's episode. That is episode 23 of Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. And before we go, do you have any closing comments?
Eat your green vegetables. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
no.
your Spider-Man, aren't you?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, next week try and get another Super Sentai look back ready. We'll keep you guys informed, and yeah, that's about it. You got any closing comments?
Yeah. I have so many things in my head. Release the Jurassic World 3 trailer, please, because
Dominion.
I am so anxious to wait, and it's close to the end of the summer. Come on, give us something good. And okay, I am starting to feel a little bit impatient, but when are they gonna release Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? Because the movie is 4 months away from releasing, and you're not and Sony is holding out on the trailer when it's 4 months away from the release of the movie. Like,
Yep. Well, I guess they're really building the anticipation.
like Marvel trailers, like they came out like maybe 6 months away from the movie or 5 months away. That's very understandable. But when we're 4 months away, okay, they got to release the trailer by the end of August. If not, then well, I'm pretty sure Sony knows that. Hey, everybody loves Spider-Man. If we release it even if it's 1 month away from the film, they're still gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
Strategists, market strategists. They're just
Maybe it's just a new era of marketing and stuff.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I watched one of our friends like interviews when they interviewed James Gunn, the director of Suicide Squad, and our friend Joe. I watched the interview, and he said, and he spoke to James Gunn, and James Gunn happens to be a Kamen Riders fan.
Ooh,
Ooh, that
interesting.
is a surprise. So, can you imagine? Okay, you've seen James Gunn's films, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and now the Suicide Squad. Can you
Hmm.
imagine his direction for an American adapted Kamen Rider film?
That would be pretty intense.
Oh, it will be intense. But if he adds in the Guardians of the Galaxy humor and fun into the Kamen Rider like adapted film, can you imagine how great a story that he would bring to us, to the American fans?
That would, like, yeah, that would be intense.
Oh, yeah. I would
Hmm.
love it. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. And also, oh, yeah, I forgot the comments. Let's go for the comments.
Hmm.
Yes. Prathamis says, hi, Clement. Hey. And he says, looking good wearing Kaito's vest.
Hmm.
Yes, Kaito's vest. Ooh, it is so nice and so warm. It's like your, it's like your average like winter vest, but it's so comfy. Prathamesh says where we can buy it. So I purchased this from Toku Collectibles. It is a Super Sentai Kamen Rider website, and like they well, I'm not sure if they have this anymore because this has been sold out. So if any of you were thinking about getting this, I hope you could find it online, and they probably sell this like at the moment, but good luck of finding it. And I'm hoping, Prathamesh, you can get yours as well. All right. And episode was full of angry bull on all the bulls were chasing Jiren on his red color.
So, like I said, it's a bummer they never made a bull in a china shop joke in this episode.
Mm, yeah. Prathamesh says, how would Stacy look like with man bun?
Mhm.
Really? What do you think?
I don't know.
That'll be interesting. All right. Prathamesh says, have you watched any Indian movies, Bollywood, and who are your favorite actors and actresses? Um, I think I watched a couple of Bollywood films, but I don't know, and just didn't get into it. But I would, if you have any like Bollywood recommended films, I'll check it out. And favorite actors and actress, I would say favorite actor would be Jim Carrey, and favorite actress Charlize Theron. What about you?
I haven't seen any Bollywood, but if you have any suggestions, I'd be willing to watch. Not really sure what my favorite actors or actresses are. Maybe Michelle Pfeiffer, probably. Catwoman, of course, and maybe Michael Keaton as Batman.
I'm Batman.
Hmm. I'm Batman.
All right, and if suppose Stacy is evil with purple colored ranger, I would say if he turns good, I would say he would become a crimson or orange colored ranger, just like Korag was purple after Leanbow was red.
I guess. I guess. Well, that could be interesting. I guess purple is sort of the evil color, kind of like how Geysorg was purple, and then a good version of him was the brown thing.
Brown like chocolate, it didn't fit for me.
Me neither, but of course that's a story for another day. Well, actually, a day that's already passed. So,
Yeah. All
mhm.
right. And Pratham says, Yo ho hoi is my favorite tune. Yo ho hoi, yo ho hoi, yo ho hoi hoi.
So I wanted to mention they did not overemphasize the dancing part when when Kaito and Jiren transform, so that was nice.
La 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 la. Tay! Tay tay! Tay! Tay tay! Bah! All right. Waiting to see all six of them together pose. Zox is looking like he wants to be an independent ranger, but I think he will learn the importance of sixth ranger. What do you think?
Well,
Maybe he needs time because after all, he is a pirate, and pirates are like the kind of characters that don't easily like to trust people around them. They only trust the ones that are close to them.
and they only do piratey things. Maybe Flint will, maybe Zox will still be the way he always is, but at the same time also learn to work together, which should be nice.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm working on the new fan-made Megazord fight. It's called Boron versus Thunder Megazord. Okay, Psycho Orange. That's
Sounds
awesome, man.
interesting.
I'll tell all the Super Sentai fans, Morphin Network fans, check out Psycho Orange's projects if you all can. All right.
Hmm.
All right. And last but not least, Prothamish says, "Are you going to review Kira Major versus Rio Soldier?"
We can't. We can. Like, do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
We can't.
let's set up a date for that. You want to do that?
Okay. Sure. We'll talk more about it later.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, Prothamish recommended this. Three Idiots, Slumdog Millionaire, and Chuck D. India. I would say you must watch these Indian movies. I recommend. Oh, okay. I have seen Slumdog Millionaire. It is a wonderful, wonderful film, and I loved it when it first came out. I watched, and I don't know if Life of Pi is considered a Bollywood film, but that Life of Pi was also a good movie too.
I've heard great things about Life of Pi.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that is all the comment we have, and to thank you all for tuning in today's episode. And until next time, we'll keep you guys updated when we'll review episode 23. Until then, everybody stay healthy, stay strong, and stay safe when you head out and buy groceries. So I am Red Star, and you guys can find me on Instagram, cleo1031, and I'm hanging around the Morphin Network. What about you?
You can find me on Instagram, brown_K, as well as QR Rangerbook, and I'm also hanging around the Morphin Network as well.
I'm using the jazz fingers because Quasar, he's just sparkling right now with the Sentai look back and all the goodness.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo.
All right. Well, until next time, see you guys all next week. And Zenkaiger!
All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you.
Bye, guys.